Welcome back to the Digital Health and Wearables series. Today I have another magnificent guest and leader for you. But before I go ahead, let me remind you to subscribe to the channel, check out all the previous content there for you. Also, let me acknowledge our partners, the series partner Fujifilm Healthcare and the industry partner Isaac Care. But today, without further ado, gives me great pleasure to introduce you to Dave Meltzer. Is the CEO and co-founder of Sports One Marketing, is also a keynote speaker, an author, and an entrepreneur. David, how are you?
I'm amazing. Thank you for taking the time to have me on your platform. Very excited to be here.
Brilliant. Thank you for accepting the invite. I know you are busy doing lots of different things. I follow you on Instagram and on social. You really put out some great content for us.
Well, thank you. I'm on a mission to empower over 1 billion people to be happy around the world, to teach people how to make a lot of money, help a lot of people, and have a lot of fun to be happy.
Fantastic. And the topic today is entrepreneurship and happiness. And what I would like to touch on upon to start with, what are your thoughts around gratitude? And you touch on happiness. So let's start on that.
Well, gratitude's everything. It's the fastest, easiest, least expensive way to change your life. I tell people all the time, if you simply can say thank you before you go to bed and when you wake up, and you can do that for 30 straight days, it will change your life. Even though it only takes zero point 0.1 seconds, it's free. But to do so is difficult because of coherence. Most people don't remember to say thank you. Most people don't say thank you, even though they know, and so will all the thought leaders in the world confirm that it will change your life. By tonight, half the people listening to this won't say thank you. By tomorrow morning, another half of us won't say thank you. And within 3 days, almost all of us won't say thank you, even though gratitude gives us the perspective to be protected and promoted, to find the light, the love, and the lessons in everything that we do.
Oh, that's fantastic. And also, David, in the current climate, is a lot of issues around the world. Gratitude is everything. I mean, it makes you feel better and also appreciate the life that you have existently instead of tune in to this negative, constant negativity in the news. I actually avoid the news now because everything is negative about the news. The fuel cost, the electricity, the gas, the politics, the war in Ukraine. If you tune into that, it's just negativity and negativity and negativity. So you very easily forget about being grateful for the life that you have. Moving on, you talk a lot about uh, do what you love, but also you talk a lot about learning to love what you do. Can you talk a bit about that, please?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit counterintuitive, but most people want to love what they do. And it's much easier, believe it or not, even though it's counterintuitive, to learn to love what you do. And if you can't learn to love what you do, then find someone else or something else to do. But we can and have the power. If you've read Viktor Frankl, for example, Man's Search for Meaning, or anyone who has written books about the three things that we have control of, and we have control of, regardless of the accelerated change that exists beyond us, beyond the news, beyond the negativity. We have control of our mindset. We have control of our heart set, the way we feel, and we have control of our handset. So we have control of our intentions, of everything we do, say, think, believe, and feel. And if we acknowledge the control that we have, we then have the capability of learning to love everything. All we have to do in that respect then is to determine whether it's worth our time or not. And if we know what we want, who we can help, who can help us, and how best to get it done, we then can prioritize all the different options, opportunities, and touches of favor, and decide, is this the most important thing to me that I'm going to prioritize and learn to find the light, the love, and the lessons, learn to love what I'm doing.
That's fantastic. I'm sure you identify with that, but most leaders in their careers have this dilemma about changing career to do their passion or to really pursue a different thing they're not doing. They enter a career by accident and then they follow that for 20 or 30 years and still thinking about on the background what they really love to do. So what he said is actually very meaningful, and also is a process of your internal change to actually think, actually, instead of being thinking for 20 or 30 years I should be doing that, it's much easier to learn what you are doing right now. So that's so powerful there, David. Thank you for that.
Thank you. Yeah, we give meaning to everything we see, and a lot of people don't give the right meaning to the defining moments, the inflection points, the activities that they participate in. They look for what they don't want, they look for what they don't have, they look for what other people want, and then they're resentful or offended or disagreeable when they get what other people want, what they're missing, or what they don't have. And so to give meaning to everything we see includes giving meaning to the defining moments, inflection points, careers, jobs, industries that we are participating in. Remember, accountability is the participation in our own perception and others' perceptions in order to find lessons to accelerate where we want to be or think we want to be.
Oh, brilliant. And let's move on and talk about persistence now. And what makes a good entrepreneur? And also on your branding, you also wrote a book around that. Can you expand on persistence, please?
Yeah, persistence is a subset of a couple things. One, of consistency. You cannot be persistent unless you're consistent. And consistency is the aggregate of all behavior. And so when we are disciplined in behaving each day in a certain way for a minimum amount of time, we are then aggregating that behavior and accelerating that behavior, compounding that behavior, which then results into persistence, the ability to not stop, to not quit, to continue to improve and grow and learn. And one of the things that we mentioned earlier that's applicable to the consistent, persistent relationship is the ability to enjoy the consistent every day, persistent without quit, pursuit of what we want, our potential, our truth, not what other people want, not what's missing, not what you don't have, but what you think you want. And guess what? When we're learning each day, we're allowed to change our mind. I hire fast learners, which means I hire hypocrites. I hire people who change their mind all the time, and I congratulate them for changing their mind because they're learners, they're fast learners, and they're going to accelerate, grow, and their behaviors are going to be consistent and persistent and aggregate and compound on themselves into a greater exponential success than other people's.
That's brilliant. David, a very powerful message here linked to success for entrepreneurs and anyone in general, anyway, that you want to attain success, entrepreneurs or not. So, persistence is extremely important, a very important attribute. But what I'd like to link now this conversation to round up is, my primary industry is healthcare, and we talk a lot about different things. Gratitude is actually important, but we talk about patient engagement, we talk about value based healthcare. How can we actually have this humanity, this connection of helping people, not just about a commercial opportunity, because most healthcare organizations are focused on making money. That's the reality. But also helping patients genuinely is really important. Engage with people, because technology is fascinating, but sometimes it can actually lead to forget the human side. What can you say around that? What is important to really connect with people in an healthcare, let's say, in an healthcare context, if you like?
Well, first, in the healthcare content, it's the number one non negotiable in everyone's life. If you're healthy, you get as many wishes a day that you want. If you're unhealthy, you only have one wish. And so what happens is we create a conflictual relationship between monetization or money and the capabilities that we have in order to improve people's lives by giving them a non-negotiable, by putting them at ease, taking away the dis-ease. And when we create a relationship that's not a zero-sum game, where we're taking money and trading or negotiation of health for money, but instead utilization of money for the greater good, to utilize money. See, money doesn't buy health, but it allows you to shop for it. And when there's a big difference when we're utilizing the money and the capabilities of the money in order to find cures, in order to create more healthcare, better healthcare, more accessibility, more engagement in healthcare, more education and awareness to preventative medicine, more alternative types of opportunities in healthcare. Money is needed. But where we have a disconnect is when people are living in a zero sum game where they're trading or negotiating money for health instead of utilizing money to create better health, a better, healthier world for everyone, an abundant world, not a scarce world. It's not a zero sum game. Health is a value add game where the money is utilized to add value to everyone's health.
Oh wow, that's so crucial, very powerful, David. Thank you so much. We coming to the end of the interview. I'd like you to just perhaps have like a message of hope to our viewers and listeners, please.
Yes, for me, kindness is the king. Kindness, I tell everyone to be kind to your future self. If you live your life in kindness without a need to be right, offended, separate, inferior, superior, anxious, frustrated, angry, guilty, resentful, but instead replace those ego based separations, those ego based consciousness with kindness, and be kind to your future self simply by doing good deeds. I know you got some books for the community, but I love to offer as well. Anyone that reaches out, my guides, my exercises, my free trainings on Friday, please email me directly, david@dmeltzer.com. I'm of service and of value. Thank you so much for the time. Please, everyone, be more interested than interesting. Be kind to your future self and do good deeds.
Brilliant, David. That's fascinating. I mean, I wanna thank you for being in here, sharing this amazing content. I know you are busy and have a big following. Before I wrap up, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for being in here with us today.
Thank you. I will see you soon. Let me know I can be of service. I appreciate everyone. Thank you.
Brilliant. 1 second, David. I'm going to wrap up. Make sure you connect with David. I'm going to post David's email address, social links. Connect with him. He's doing an amazing service to the community and to all of us. Also, let me remind you to subscribe to the channel and also acknowledge our partners, the series partner Fujifilm Healthcare and the industry partner Isaac Care. And I'll see you all next week.